Let's be honest about why we even look at projectors. We want that massive 100-inch cinematic experience right in our living room. It's about scale. But the reality of building that setup is usually a massive headache. You're drilling into ceilings to mount heavy brackets, running hundreds of feet of speaker wire behind your couch, and configuring complex AV receivers just to get the audio to sync with the video. That friction is exactly why the all-in-one projector was invented. To understand how these devices attempt to solve the problem, we're going to look at the grandfather of the category, the Optoma MovieTime DV10. The pitch here is maximum convenience. The manufacturer took the projector, crammed a DVD player inside it, added built-in stereo speakers, and packaged the whole thing into a chassis about the size of a toaster. It sounds like the ultimate plug-and-play solution. But packing all those discrete components into a single box requires specific engineering choices. We need to look at the trade-offs hiding behind Mac convenience, so you can decide if this type of system actually makes sense for your living room. Marketing campaigns will tell you these units give you instant cinema anywhere. Meanwhile, home theater purists will tell you to avoid combo units at all costs. This flowchart shows your real decision. You either take the traditional modular route, selecting and wiring individual components, or the direct all-in-one route. Taking the all-in-one path bypasses setup friction, but hits 3 technical checkpoints: audio capability, visual resolution, and physical placement. Evaluating these checkpoints isn't about finding a flawless device. It's about figuring out if the technical limitations of an all-in-one unit match the way you actually plan to use it. Let's look at the first compromise, audio. To make this a true standalone unit, engineers embedded dual 5-watt stereo speakers right into the plastic casing. This matrix details the trade-off. Built-in speakers give instant sound without wiring a receiver. However, that integration means the soundstage is front-heavy. Audio comes from a box in front of you, losing spatial immersion. You can get true Dolby surround out of a unit like this, but doing so requires running a separate optical cable to an external receiver. Doing that defeats the purpose of buying a one-box solution in the first place. By relying on the built-in speakers, you are trading the emotional, room-filling immersion of a dedicated home theater for the logistical ease of a standard television. This image shows the micro-mirror architecture of the DLP chip powering the unit. Specifically, it's a native 480p Dark Chip 2 processor. Because the DVD player and the projector circuitry share the same chassis, they have a direct internal connection. This hardwired link eliminates the signal loss and visual noise you sometimes get when running long external video cables. It also utilizes a 4-speed, 7-segment color wheel alongside dynamic light adjustment technology. This yields highly saturated colors and contrast levels that make the image pop in a dark room. Returning to our matrix, we add the visual row. The convenience is an optimized, wire-free image. The limitation is the internal hardware is permanently capped at standard definition. If you feed it a 1080p signal, it aggressively downscales that data to fit its 480 line limit. Furthermore, all-in-one units of this era lack modern digital inputs entirely. There are no HDMI or DVI ports. This creates a severe bottleneck if you want to connect a modern streaming stick or a current-generation gaming console. Integrating the media player directly into the projector guarantees a highly optimized picture for the media format of the day, but it also ensures the entire device becomes obsolete the moment media formats evolve. Finally, we have to look at the optics. The lens features a very short 1.11:1 manual zoom and a steep 54% image offset, adding our final placement row to the matrix. This short zoom and high offset are engineered for temporary coffee table deployment. The limitation is this restricts long-term flexibility. Ceiling mounting the unit flips the integrated DVD drive upside down, putting onboard controls completely out of reach. Placing it on a high rear shelf doesn't work either. That extreme 54% offset pushes the projected image straight up onto your ceiling. An all-in-one projector does not adapt to your living space. Its physical constraints dictate exactly how you have to arrange your room. The through line across the audio, visual, and physical hardware is clear. Achieving extreme convenience requires extreme rigidity in how the device operates. This chart plots buyers based on their specific needs. The y-axis tracks your tolerance for setup friction, and the x-axis tracks your demand for audio-visual fidelity. If you are a beginner looking for an easy movie night, or a retro tech enthusiast watching standard definition DVDs, you land in the low-friction, low-fidelity quadrant. For these profiles, an all-in-one unit is a logical fit. Conversely, if you are a home theater purist who wants pinpoint surround sound and crisp HD pixels, your high-fidelity demands push you into the top right quadrant. For you, combo units represent a series of unacceptable compromises. Reading a spec sheet won't tell you if a projector is right for you until you honestly evaluate your own patience for setup friction. If your living space is limited, or your goal is to host spontaneous backyard movie nights without dragging out a receiver and cables, embrace the all-in-one form factor. It delivers the scale of a theater without the headache. But if you are building a permanent home theater room or you demand modern high-definition clarity from your media, avoid combo units completely. Modular components ensure you aren't trapped by hardware obsolescence. You buy an all-in-one ecosystem for the spontaneous, flexible lifestyle it enables. You don't buy it for absolute technical fidelity.